So what we do when we set up laser is everyone's going to be wearing different glasses. These are protective glasses to protect us from the ultraviolet light. So just to give a little background about laser. So the laser catheter we're going to use will be a 0.9mm laser catheter, which will give us the most flexibility in terms of using the higher energy, which I think we need when we're dealing with underexpanded stent. Laser concept uses ultraviolet light to photoablate and also create acoustic wave within the vessel with a very shallow penetration depth of about 50 microns. The ultraviolet light has a wavelength of 308 nanometers, so it's very short and very safe and very predictable. So we use it quite frequently when we're dealing with chronic occlusions where we can't cross with balloon, or we have an underexpanded balloon, or in these kind of cases where we have an underexpanded stent. Laser's very effective. They're not common cases, but laser's one of the few tools that you can use to help treat this vessel. There's a little bit of things we'll do when we set up, which we'll run through in more detail as we go along. The machine itself takes about 8 minutes to warm up, so there's a little bit of lag time, but we can go around the room putting on the glasses, I guess. So how we do it in this lab is we set up with the three-way tap. We have the saline put onto the side of the three-way tap. Then I disconnect the contrast, and I put that on the top of the three-way tap, like so. Then I reconnect that to the, I know, so I wasted a bit of contrast, but that doesn't matter. And then I reconnect the contrast line back to the manifold. So this is a system we have which gives us full control of saline contrast. We know what we're giving. Contrast going straight, saline coming out the side. The saline's now turned on. It doesn't need to be under pressure, unlike a rotor system, because we're only using it by pulling back on the syringe. Perfect. So that beep means the laser machine is ready. So Helen's plugging in her control catheter, and she's going to calibrate the catheter, which will calibrate the machine, make sure the machine hasn't got any faults. And she holds this up against the calibration plate. Perfect. So there's no faults. So the machine's working well. So this has a this is the catheter tip. Thanks. I'll give this to Jahangir. It's got a very short monorail of 3 centimeters. Oh, hang on, we don't want to tangle this up because it's got to be easy for us to use. Right, good. So this is called the proximal coupler, and this fits into the laser machine. Helen? And then the first thing we have to do is calibrate this specific catheter that we've got to the machine so it knows what energy it's delivering. And we do that in exactly the same way as before by holding the catheter tip to the calibration plate. Oh, do you want me to hold it, and maybe you activate the pedal? All right, so I'll stretch across. That's a good position. Yep. Perfect. So, what you can see is laser catheter on. Yeah. Just take it off standby for a second. So you can't. It doesn't show very well in this light, but there is a little infrared guiding beam that you can see on the laser catheter, but you can't really see it on my hand at the moment. But that's not the energy that's delivered from the catheter itself that ablates the tissue. It's the ultraviolet light that we saw on the calibration plate. These catheters are made by hand in Colorado Springs by a very dedicated team of individuals. And they're made from glass fibers, and there's 65, I think, glass fibers in this particular catheter, and they're extremely thin, obviously. So it's very precision material that allows the laser light to go from the machine to the catheter to the patient.
Another one. What you can see is that it's also a very straightforward monorail.
Easy to use, yeah. Sorry. So we're going to go 80-80. So Helen just asked what energy we would use. So there's two aspects to the energy. The first number I said was 80, and that's the fluence, and that's the millijoules per millimeter squared of energy we're actually delivering to the point of contact. And the second number is the frequency, the hertz. And that's also, we use 80.
We start from about
I
there.
think start there, yeah.
So you can see it's very deliverable, even through this calcified artery, low profile, and you can put it through a 6 French guide liner. Very straightforward.
So
yeah, 80-80.
Perfect. So we just check the settings there. What I'm doing now is I've turned the contrast off and I've switched over to the saline syringe and I've filled up with saline. And what we'll do is we'll just do a fluoro and I'll flush out the contrast. So we now see there's no contrast in the system. When you're using laser for most indications, that's always a good thing to do. So we're contrast free at the moment, Helen, so you can go onto live laser. So how we're going to do this, I'm going to inject, and then I'll say to Jahangir, you can start, and then he'll start lasing, and he'll be able to lase for 10 seconds, and the machine will automatically cut out with a rest period of 5 seconds. And at that point, he'll just gently be moving the catheter distal, very slow speed, about 0.5 millimeter per second, so almost imperceptible, really. Yep. You ready? You ready, Helen? Good. Okay, I'm injecting.
Amazing.
Perfect.